Hey guys, today we're going to learn about Venn diagrams in conditional statements. There are three types of Venn diagrams: overlapping, subset, and disjoint. Overlapping is used when groups have something in common. Subset is a smaller group fits all inside another group, and disjoint is when two groups share nothing in common. So the keyword for overlapping is some. The keyword for subset is all, and the keyword for disjoint is none or nothing. Draw a Venn diagram to match the following examples. Some students have a dog and a cat. As we can see, the word some appears here, and we know that the keyword for the overlapping Venn diagram is some, so our Venn diagram would be an overlapping one. All students at school take math. The keyword here is all. Based on the keyword, we know which Venn diagram to draw, a subset. No student at school has Miss J and Mr. L for math class. We see no, so we know we have to draw a disjoint Venn diagram. Even if it was nothing or none, it'd all still be the same. No rectangles are trapezoids. All trapezoids are quadrilaterals. Some quadrilaterals are rectangles. Try this on your own. Alright, so our answer would be a big circle for quads. And we can see that the rectangles and trapezoids are not touching each other since no rectangles are trapezoids. The quadrilaterals are out of the trapezoids, meaning that the trapezoids are in the quadrilaterals, so all trapezoids are quadrilaterals, and some quadrilaterals are rectangles. So we know it's correct. All you have to do is just check your work. So sometimes we have to study or analyze Venn diagrams based on certain characteristics. Normally we do this with overlapping Venn diagrams. So let's practice. Below is a Venn diagram that represents the students in Miss A's and Miss C's classes this year. So we have to show everything on the left, everything from 1 to 5. So let's label our Venn diagram. The left will be A, the right will be C. So students that have both Miss A and Miss C. Well, both Miss A and both Miss C would be in the middle since they're being shared. Students that have Miss C, well, this whole circle is Miss C. So students that have Miss C would be that whole circle. Students who have Miss A but don't have Miss C. So we know that this whole circle is Miss A, but in the middle, Miss C is also there. So we don't want to include that. So we would draw this little Pac-Man figure. Students that have Miss A. Well, we know that the whole circle is Miss A. And students that have Miss A or Miss C. So Miss A is this circle, and Miss C is this circle. So it would be our whole Venn diagram. Below is a Venn diagram of people who took a survey to determine whether they like Apple products or Microsoft products. State the number of people that relate to each question. So people that only prefer Windows. Well, we know that Windows is the whole circle, but in the middle, Apple's also included, and it's asking for only Windows. So it would be our Pac-Man figure. So our answer would be 35. People that prefer both Apple and Windows products. Well, we know that both is going to be in the middle because they're shared, so it would be 9. People that prefer Apple products. We know our whole circle is just Apple products, so we would put 29, since we're adding 20 and 9. People that prefer Apple products but don't prefer Windows products. So we have Apple products as this whole circle, but we know that Windows products is also included in the middle, so we would have to draw a Pac-Man figure, and it would only be 20. And then people who prefer either type of product. So either type of product is that circle plus that circle. So it's just 20 plus 9 plus 35, which is 64. Now we can look at Venn diagrams and determine how many people belong in each section. But let's see if we can work backwards. Out of 20 students, 18 have at least one brother and 10 have at least one sister. 8 students have both brothers and sisters. So we know that 18 have at least one brother and 10 have at least one sister. My advice for this is to always work middle out. So in the very most middle, it's both. So we know that 8 students have both brothers and sisters. So we put 8 in the middle. Now, this whole circle is 10 because sisters is 10 and 8 is included in that. So we would have to do 10 minus 8 to get the Pac-Man. 10 minus 8 is 2. Then this whole circle is 18. So we would have to do 18 minus 8 to get that Pac-Man. 18 minus 8 is 10. So that's our answer. In a class of 121 students, 65 said they preferred math more than English. 85 students said they preferred English more, and 29 students said they preferred math and English the same. Alright, before we work middle out, we want to put how much for each subject. So for math, there's 65. And for English, there's 85. So now we have to work middle out. We know that math and English is 29, so we would put 29 in the middle. Then we would subtract 65 minus 29 to get our little Pac-Man figure. "65 minus 29 is 36, and then 85 minus 29 is 56. In a class of 70 students, 30 students say they like country music, 20 students like rap music, and 28 students like pop. 8 students say they listen to country and rap music, 4 students listen to country and pop music, and 9 students listen to pop and rap music. 3 students listen to all 3 types of music. So first let's label our circles. This will be country, this will be rap, and this will be pop. Now we need to work middle out. So we know that 3 students listen to all 3 types of music. So we'd put 3 in the middle. Then this whole circle, that whole circle, and that whole circle, it includes 3. So now we want to go to these 3 because those are the most middle. We know that for country, 30 students like country, 20 students like rap, and 28 students like pop. Now for the middle ones, we know that 8 students listen to country and rap. 4 students listen to country and pop, and 9 students listen to pop and rap. So since that 3 is that whole thing, this whole thing, and this whole thing, we would have to subtract whatever we want to put in next from the 3. So 9 minus 3 is 6, 8 minus 3 is 5, and 4 minus 3 is 1. Now that we have that, we have to do our big circles. So our big circles would contain everything. So we would have to subtract our big number from those numbers. So 30 minus 9 is 21. So that's how we got 9. We would just add all of our amounts that are included in the big circle and subtract that from our big number. Now we have to do 20 minus 5 minus 3 minus 6, which is just 6, because it's 20 minus 14, and 28 minus 10, which is 18. So that's our answer. At a high school, 34 kids take biology, 24 students take French, and 37 students take geometry. 12 students take both geometry and biology, 14 take geometry and French, and 16 students take French and biology. 10 students take all 3 classes. All right, we're going to put our 10 in the middle. We are going to put what we know as the dash. So 12 students take biology and geometry, 14 take French and geometry, and 16 take biology and French. So now we just have to subtract that from our most inner value. So 16 minus 10 is 6, 14 minus 10 is 4, and 12 minus 10 is 2. Now we have to subtract our big circles from all those values. 34 students take biology, 24 take French, and 37 take geometry. So 34 minus 18 is 16. 24 minus 20 is 4. And 37 minus 16 is 21. That is our answer. A universal set represents the entire population of a given problem or set of data. So let's practice and I'll show you what I mean. At a private school, there are 30 girls that play a sport. 12 girls play basketball and 15 girls play softball. 6 of them play both basketball and softball. Well, you know the drill. You have to put your 6 in the middle, and then you have to say that 12 girls play basketball and 15 play softball. Then there's 6 and there's 9. But 12 plus 9 doesn't equal 30. So we have 9 girls left over. What do? That's where our universal set comes in play. Since 30 minus 21 equals 9, and we know that we have 9 left over, we have to draw our box to show that, and then put a 9 in the corner. So now that we've drawn it, we have to put our 9 in a corner. We can put our 9 in any corner. It can be here, it can be here, it can be here, or it can be here. But that's how we show that there are girls left over. A veterinarian surveys 26 of his patrons. He discovers that 14 have dogs, 10 have cats, and 5 have fish. 4 have dogs and cats only, 3 have dogs and fish only, and 1 has cats and fish only. Not one has all 3 kinds of pets. So we put our 0 in the middle, and we know that 4 have dogs and cats, 3 have dogs and fish, and 1 has cats and fish only. And that minus 0 is just all those values. Then we know that there would be a 7 where the dogs go, a 5 where the cats go, and the 1 where the fish goes. Because we know how this works. Now we have to draw a universal set. So all of this equals 21. So we have 5 left over. So we need to draw our box, and it doesn't need to be perfect, as you can see. And we just put our 5 in any corner. Alright guys, that's it for this video. We learned about Venn diagrams and conditional statements. Thanks for watching, I hope this helped, and as always, I'll catch you later. Bye!